was a good win for our team. I thought our players really dedicated themselves to trying to get back to ball movement and good screening and shot selection, and 24 assists and 7 turnovers was impressive. Isaiah Carter had no live ball turnovers. He had 2 offensive fouls in the second half. So we had 7 for the game, and 2 of those were his offensive fouls. And so it was a big step for him because he probably should have had 10 assists tonight. He had 6, and Kobe had 7. But I thought the entire team, we moved the ball. We put ourselves in position to take good shots, and was very impressed.
Andy, did you get what you were looking for from guys like Vince and Kijani, and you mentioned Collier as well? Did you see the level of improvement?
We saw improvement with all those guys you just mentioned. We cannot be a good team without our front line playing well defensively as well as finishing shots in the lane. We have to have a low post presence. They don't have to have amazing back to the basket moves, but they have to have a go-to move and finish, especially like they did tonight. So I was very, very impressed with their week of practice and some of the things that they've done to prepare for this game, and we need it to continue.
Coach, and with Boogie going 8 for 10 from 3, when a guy gets hot like that, just how fun is it, to coach, especially with a guy like Boogie who has the swagger and everything to his game?
Well, he started out 8 for 9 from 3. That was pretty good, and he was one of the greatest shooters I've ever coached, and I was in the NBA before college, so it says a lot. And he can make shots. He's a great shot maker, and when he's taking good shots, he's terrific. So great to see him come out with that, and when he's in the flow like that, he's hard to stop. It's fun to watch.
Coach, you brought up his shooting. I mean, over his last 5 years, he's shot close to 40% and around 40%. The consistency is there with his shot. And talking about the NBA, what do you tell teams, that ask about him in terms of his ability to be able to shoot the basketball? Because that's so important nowadays in this game, being able to space and shoot the ball too as well.
Well, I think it was very important for him to come back this year and prove that, because his decision making's improved. You saw that end of last year, a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. He had no turnovers in our tournament down in San Diego this weekend. He had 1 tonight. So the last 3 games, he only had 1 turnover combined with probably 8 or 9 assists. So for him to be efficient offensively was a big thing that everybody wants to see, including the NBA scouts that you're talking about. He's not focused on the NBA right now, but we're all hopeful that he'll reach his dream after the season, but there's a lot of basketball to be played, and he has to go produce and keep getting better.
Andy, you've talked a lot about just the the upside that this team has. When you saw a little bit more of the offensive flow, tonight, it looks like you guys were getting into some dribble handoffs early. That sort of kind of opened up the floor. Did you see a little bit more of that upside? Where you hope this team will go offensively?
Yeah, a lot of it's decision making. When you have high turnover games, it's not necessarily what the defense is doing, stealing the ball or blocking shots. It's our players getting sped up and then making poor decisions. And I thought tonight we made much better decisions. We were much more under control when we drove the ball. We ball faked, and we had our big guys set some really good screens. So I think it's a cumulative effort between everybody on the court, and our big guys didn't turn over. I think one game they had 11 between the 4 of them, and tonight they didn't. So I thought it was a group effort, and we just need to build on it and keep going.
Seems like. Go ahead.
Just Coach, from a win like this, what's the biggest lesson that you can take away from it?
Well, I think offensively, when you score 106 points and 24 assists, only 7 turnovers, that's a big, and you make your free throws, that's a pretty big takeaway. That when you play like that and you're unselfish and you take good shots and all the things I just talked about, that's number one. And defensively, we still have some work to do, but we were switching, and our big guys were lost in the perimeter a little bit once they're not used to running out there and staying on the perimeter for an entire shot clock. So I think a couple of our big guys were lost in the second half, and so those are some of the things that we need to work on if we are going to switch when teams have 5 shooters on the court like Eastern Washington.
Coach, held Eastern Washington to under 45% shooting. 3 other teams held them under 40%. What's the plan against Gonzaga this weekend, who's shooting just under 50%, scoring about 83 a game so far this season?
Well, the plan is to outscore Gonzaga. I don't care what the score is. You know, some games you have it defensively, offensively. We relaxed a little bit defensively in the second half tonight. We were up 30, and I don't know what we won by, but won by 28. We have to prepare for the next 2 days and go to Las Vegas as a confident basketball team and go play a great team in MGM. It's going to be a fun weekend, and hopefully we'll play well.
Andy, you talked about the lift that Vince gave this team last year, and it seems like, he's looking a little bit more spry, and guys are actively looking to kind of find him, when he's open offensively. Do you sense a little bit that he's kind of like an emotional, catalyst for this group? Seems like when he's on, the guys really kind of feel it.
Yeah, Vince's energy is contagious. He does give great energy, runs the floor, he posts up, he's had some big time rebounds tonight, and we need that. And he just needs to relax and be able to calm himself down. The Oklahoma game, he had that big, we were trying to catch up in the last 2 minutes. He posted up, we threw it to him, he got the and one, but he shot an air ball from the foul line because he was still too excited. So he has to be able to keep that energy going and then be able to control it at crucial times. I thought tonight he did a great job of that. He went 5 for 5 from the foul line and really affected the game with his energy and his length.
Coach, Kobe Johnson, he's averaging 3 steals. He had 3 steals tonight. He's averaging close to 2 blocks too as well. And I'm pretty sure he had a career high in assists with 7 as a Trojan too as well. What have you seen from him in terms of his growth from the start up until now and being able to place him anywhere on the floor, defensively and offensively?
Yeah, Kobe's improved his overall game, especially in the offensive end this year, and that's a natural progression of a player like Kobe. He works very hard in the off season and during the season, and he's a very solid player. And when he was a freshman, he barely played, and then last year he was first team all defense in the Pac-12 and averaged about 9 points a game. So he made a big jump offensively as a sophomore. Now he continues to make that jump to be able to, like you said, fill his stat sheet up with 7 assists, and he's shooting the ball well from the perimeter, and he can drive it and make plays. So I think what you're seeing is a natural progression for someone that's dedicated to what he's doing, and Kobe certainly does that.
Andy, Brian wasn't on the bench until toward the end of the second half. Was there a reason for that? And I know you've said that family will provide an update on him, but has he been able to do a little bit more at all recently?
Yeah, I have. I haven't been able to sit down and talk about all the details yet, but I think when the time is right, they'll come out with a nice statement, and we're anticipating Bronny being back on the court soon. And what soon means, I don't know. It's not my decision, and so I really can't say anything because I don't know anything.
Andy, you've seen Jake Kyman before a couple of years ago. Were you surprised at how well he played tonight?
Well, I am surprised that he had 25 points because our guys knew he was a shooter coming in the game, and I just started taking guys out. And whenever he made a 3, whoever's guarding him came out. So, and then even DJ went under the handoff late in the game, gave up another 3. So I don't know what to say. If a guy can shoot like Kyman, you have to guard him. And we didn't guard him very well tonight, but he made 7 and 10 from the 3-point line, and he's always been a great shooter. We recruited him in high school, and then we played against him 3 years again at UCLA, and so give him credit. He came in here and played great, and we wish him the best. Eastern Washington's had a brutal schedule with all those road games against high major teams, and I give their whole team credit because they're playing a really challenging schedule here to start, and we hope they have a good season.
Hey, Coach, speaking of challenging schedules, you guys have 5 of your next 6 on the road, including Gonzaga and Auburn on the 17th. How do you guys plan to weather the storm once you leave Los Angeles?
Well, we're playing a very challenging schedule. We've already played Oklahoma and Seton Hall and Kansas State, and not to mention Irvine, and some of these other teams are pretty good. And then we have Gonzaga and at Auburn, and so it's a tough schedule. But we wanted to challenge our team. We thought we had a team that could handle this. We didn't anticipate half our team being hurt for the first 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks of the season. So that hurt us because literally it hurt us because when you see Kobe and Boogie had 40 points and 8 assists and 5 steals between them tonight. that was pretty tough to lose those guys at the same time early in the year, and so that we didn't anticipate that. We wouldn't have probably scheduled that hard if we knew our key guys were all be hurt at the same time. And Bronny's been out, and we have no guards left, or very limited guards, and so I think the scheduling this year was designed to challenge our team and give us some marquee games. The Kansas State opening night in Vegas, how good was that? At the T-Mobile, that was cool. Against a very good Kansas State team, just went to Elite Eight. We played Gonzaga at MGM on Saturday in a national TV game. We played in a big tournament in San Diego. We were going at Auburn, who's incredible home record there the last 5 or 6 years. So we know we have a very tough schedule. We try to stay healthy and keep improving and go try to win some games.
Andy Moore.
Coach, you talked about Isaiah's 2 turnovers, his 6 assists, and he did add 15 points to the game. What did you like overall in his performance tonight, and what do you expect for him to kind of improve moving forward?
Well, I think you saw a lot of growth tonight where he didn't fly in there and leave his feet and flip a ball or throw a ball 100 miles an hour to someone that didn't have a white jersey on. So he was able to be aggressive, make good decisions, stay under control, make the right play. And as I said, he should have had 9 or 10 assists because he made some plays, and Kobe got fouled in the second half, and he hit him 3 times in a cut. And his only 2 turnovers were offensive fouls, so no live ball turnovers for a game. He's never done that before. So very, very appreciative that he watched some video this week and has made an effort to improve, and that's what college basketball is all about, and we expect him to keep doing it.